Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Apple has officially released iOS 18.4 to the public. This update brings several new features, enhancements, and some long-awaited Apple Intelligence improvements. In this video, I'm going to break down everything that's new and explain why you might want to update your iPhone today. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the biggest part of this update, Apple Intelligence. If you're using an iPhone 16 model or an iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max, you're going to notice some new features after this update. First, Apple has added priority notifications. Now important notifications will automatically appear at the top of your notification stack, so you're less likely to miss something critical, whether it's a reminder, an urgent message, or a time-sensitive alert. You'll see it front and center. Next, they've added a new sketch style to Image Playground. This gives you a brand new way to create simple, clean sketch drawings using Apple Intelligence. It's another creative tool to play and personalize your images. Now, for those of you outside the US, Apple Intelligence now supports 8 new languages and 2 additional English regions. This includes French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese for Brazil, simplified Chinese, and Spanish. It's nice to see that Apple continues to make these features available to more people around the world. Now, if you happen to own an Apple Vision Pro, you'll notice something new after this update. A new app called Apple Vision Pro is installed on your iPhone. It's designed to help you discover new content, explore spatial experiences, and easily manage your Vision Pro headset. Apple also added something new for News Plus subscribers. You'll now see a new recipe section inside of Apple News Plus. You can browse recipes from some of the world's top publishers, save them to your recipe collection, and even follow along in a cooking mode, which gives you step-by-step directions while you're cooking. Plus, there's an entire food section that includes restaurant stories, kitchen tips, and healthy eating and more. The Photos app also got a few improvements as well. You'll now be able to filter your library to show your hidden items that aren't in an album or sync to your Mac or PC. You can also reorder items in media types or utilities collections and sort your albums by date modified. The filter options in Photos are also now more consistent across the board. For example, you can choose to sort photos by newest or oldest first in any collection, and if you want more control over what shows up, there's a new option to disable the recently viewed or recently shared collections right in Settings. Another thing worth mentioning is if you enable Face ID protection in your Photos app, your hidden photos will no longer show up when importing to Mac or PC. That's a small but important privacy improvement. Now, outside of those major changes, iOS 18.4 includes a bunch of smaller improvements that make everyday use even smoother. Safari now offers recent search suggestions to help you quickly pick up where you left off. If you're a parent setting up a new device for your child, the Setup Assistant now makes it easier to create a child account with appropriate default settings. Screen time app limits will now persist even if a child deletes and reinstalls an app. Finally, so if you have one of those very intelligent kids that knows their way around a phone, this is a huge plus. Now, the App Store also gets an update. You'll see a summarized user reviews when checking out new apps, so you can quickly get a sense of what other people are saying without scrolling forever. You can now also pause and resume app downloads without losing progress. There's a couple of new widgets too. Apple Podcast gets 2 new widgets, one for followed shows and another one for quick access to your library sections like the latest episodes or your latest downloads. And if you use Apple Music, there's a new ambient music option in Control Center. You can instantly start a curated playlist without even opening the Apple Music app. For Fitness Plus users, you can now save entire collections to your library. And if you're into smart home tech, Matter-compatible robot vacuums can now be controlled from the Home app and added to scenes and automations. And for all the emoji lovers out there, iOS 18.4 adds 8 brand new emojis. You'll find a tired-looking emoji with bag under its eyes, a fingerprint, a leafless tree, a radish, a harp, a shovel, the flag of Sark, and a splatter emoji. So if you're big on using emoji reactions in your messages or social media posts, you have some fresh options to play with. And lastly, Apple has also added support for 10 new system languages. So that's pretty much everything in iOS 18.4. It's a well-rounded update with a good mix of new features and some Apple Intelligence improvements, even though they're not the ones that we've been waiting for. But let me get back on track. And small but meaningful quality of life updates. If you've been waiting to update, now it's a great time to do it. Let me know in the comments, what are your favorite new features in this update? And are you excited about Apple Intelligent improvements or something else? And as always, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any future iOS updates and tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.